Hi everyone, welcome to the second tutorial of StarSpore. This time we are going to start morphing a little bit the dice hull to make it look like more a spaceship. So I came back to the default mode, the opening of the environment, which is just one piece of hull in front of me, and this time I'm going to play with the basic hull tool. So if I click on it and I select the face, you can see that some parameters appear on the top left corner. Let's ignore CE for now. It's a bit subtle. It's about centering the faces on even or uneven numbers. You can play with it to see if it makes things look better for you. But what we're going to start with is D. D is for distance, and this is the distance between the face that is currently selected and the center of this hull. Using the plus and minus buttons, I can modify this. I can write a number directly, and I think the maximum is 32, and see beyond 32 I cannot increase it anymore. Let's go back to, what was it, 8. And there is a special shortcut I can use to drag and drop the face. If I hit D on the keyboard and then drag and drop the face, I can change the look just by moving the mouse. So that's the first parameter that can be changed. I can change the translation of the face. Right now it's properly centered, but I can translate it on the X axis or on the Y axis. Again, for this one too, there is a drag and drop mode. If I hit T on the keyboard, I can then drag my my face around. Okay, let's put it back in center. S, X and S, Y are two other very interesting parameters. This is the size of the face in terms of number of cubes, if you will. So by default it's 8 and 8, but I can make it bigger, and again 32 is the limit here, or smaller. As for the other ones, there is a key shortcut that allows me to have some kind of a drag and drop feeling here. If I hit S and come from a corner, going towards the center will reduce the size, going outside will increase the size. Let's get back on the 8x8 thing, and the W is the width of this face. So it's going to be more visible if I look from the inside. So by default all of these faces are of a width of 1, but as you can see here, if I increase it, the width of the face is going to be bigger, and it only goes towards the center, by the way. From the outside it doesn't show any difference. Okay, let's get back to 1, not 31. So these are the basic modifications that I can apply to a piece of hull. Now, for now, everything has been applied on the entire face, but sometimes it might be interesting to apply something on a subpart of a face. As for the soldering, I have access to the area pen, and here I can select an area. The only thing that can be changed on something smaller than a face is the distance with the center. So here I'm going to say that this is a bit bigger. Here I'm going to make something a bit smaller, just to have this thing look a bit more interesting. Of course, on all of these parameters there are limits. I think 16 is the biggest one that you can have on a sub face distance, and it goes from 16 to, I guess, -8 or something. Yes, that's it. The last thing that you could do, if you want to have yet another way of selecting pieces of the face to modify, is the block mode. So if I select block, I can then activate and select blocks randomly on a given face, and then modify the position of this block altogether. As for the distance in the face pen, if I hit D, I'm going to be able to drag and drop these things. Alright, so that's about it for this basic hull tool. In the next video, I will show how to use the advanced hull tool to create even more interesting faces.